In this next video, I'm going to share with you how God is really supporting you in attracting your ideal love life, your ideal man, partner, and relationship. I'm going to share with you three main core limiting beliefs that we can have around God and around our femininity and receiving our needs met, and how you can flip them around so that you can see results in your love life. And you really feel God's love in your life. You really feel how God is there for you. And this is something that's going to last you for your entire life. So I invite you to watch this video until the very end. Let me know in the comments the details that you're getting, and you can join my event Trusting Heaven, where I'm going to help you clear and really integrate positive belief systems about God being there for you, and seeing the results that this is going to really show up in your life. I can promise you great results. So this is a great conversation. My name is Nicole Elissa. I'm a love coach, femininity coach, and intuitive, and I work with the angels of love. And normally I tend to talk more about the angels, but I've been really feeling guided that I need to talk about God. Okay, talk about God. The reason why I don't mention God as much is because I try to be as inclusive as possible, because I work with people from all different religions. I'm a Catholic, and I work with people from all different religions, and this is not me trying to force anything onto you. This is on a spiritual level. I hope that you can hear it, because I am of that vibe too, of being very inclusive and supportive, because God is love for me, you know, and I respect and I cherish all different religions. This is about spirituality and helping you heal a core element of your feminine energy that you might not be fully aware of. So when I talk about femininity, I've always addressed this. You know, it's about an open energy. Always think of your femininity as an open, inviting energy for the things that you desire, okay? It's not being about submissive or allowing things that you don't want. I'm not talking about a certain level of meekness that is not clear or constant in regards to what you really believe. Now, with that being said, I want to make this video clear. See, I don't like this because I really wish I could do longer videos explaining the things that I want to do, but the algorithm is not supporting that, and the videos don't get to people. And if you could comments are what will help revive this channel the most. So I just feel like sometimes stressed because I don't feel like I can fully flow and explain in great details of how this can really help heal and soothe, you know, the soul. So here's the thing. I always find myself like I have to shorten it, or else people are not going to watch it in like attention span. And I just think that's like a form of an attack on us and our consciousness and against learning. But anyways, so what I wanted to say is this. So we want to heal the femininity, right? So femininity has to do with our connection with God or source or the universe. Okay, it has to do with your heart space, your emotional self. Do you feel worthy? Do you feel deserving? Are you believing in love? Are you open for love? And then it also has to do with our confidence or self-acceptance. That has to do more with the sacral chakra or sexuality and those energies. You sell sex. I'm going to be honest with you. You sell sex, you sell about how to be the sexiest woman in the room, you're going to get the most amount of views, because, or how to have dark feminine energy, you're going to have the most amount of views, because people are desperate for being seen and having power over people. All of us can be in that realm. We've all learned some of this over the years. We feel like if we have the most amount of sexual energy, we're going to be the most magnetic and attractive. But sexual energy is not necessarily what's going to bring you your man or your partner necessarily, because it's not enough, right? So, but it's kind of like a trap. It's good to learn about it, but it's kind of like a trap. And then you feel like, oh, well, you know, I have all these things that I need to work through, but let me just do the course on that's going to talk to me about how to orgasm to the maximum, right? And that's what we do, because we are avoiding the emotional element, and we are also avoiding the connection with God and what we believe about that. So a feminine energy that is really inviting, that is really magnetic, long-term, that knows truth in her being, works on all three and has these three flows open. Okay, so it's not just one. Now, there's some elements of resistance that we can all witness, and the other ones that I feel guided to discuss and to share with you. So we have the emotional part, which is what I talk about the most in my channel and the work that I do, and even the spiritual part, because these are the points that I find sometimes to be of most resistance. So I wanted to focus this on more like the God one and some of the heart one base right now. So what's currently happening is that we can have limiting belief systems about God that we need to really address. Specific ones that I wanted to share, because it's almost like you don't want to touch it because there's like an element of fear there, but you got to really integrate in a really positive way that God loves you, God supports your dreams, God supports your visions, God cherishes you. That's critical, and you want to really feel that. But then we have to maybe, and for some people, it's to release some negative elements, or but also integrate the positive ones, or just integrate the positive ones. Even if I'm addressing negative belief systems and you feel like these negative belief systems don't necessarily impact you, I would question it just a tiny bit if you listen to what I'm saying, because a lot of what I'm going to say could also have with the belief systems of your forefathers. And I have experience on this. I've worked on this for years, and I do a lot of the subconscious subliminal work that's happening in the background, the things that you do not fully are aware of, because we have a conscious mind and we have an unconscious mind. And I work a lot with on the unconscious mind, so I've seen it. Conscious people telling me like, oh, I don't have this belief system. And when we look at it, it's there. And they start crying and they start releasing. And it's not like I'm programming a negative belief, because somebody did say that recently. I had this fear, and I'm very grateful that they brought it up. I'm not programming a limiting belief. If you have that reaction in the moment, it means that there was an energy that was bubbling up, or it could be an energy of your forefathers. So sometimes it's not necessarily your beliefs about God, but some of your unconscious parental belief systems that you have, like that your parents had about God. And that can lurk around, and you could have picked it up somewhere, even at around 3 years old, and that could have capped you in what you allow yourself to have. Because if your parents believe that they couldn't have this level of love from God, then if you have it, then you and your energy become a traitor, like you're going into the unknown and you're having more. So this is not for everybody, but I just want to say how these things are very delicate and intricate, and how we can have limiting belief systems about God. So part of the main limiting belief systems that I'm getting to tell you as women, and before you leave, because most people leave here, I want you to stay here. Limiting belief systems are, I'd invite you to stay until the end so you pick up on this message, is one, you have a belief that you have to be disciplined, to get God's favor. You have to be disciplined. You have to be well behaved. Number two, you have to wait on, no, that's not the second belief. You have to be very disciplined so that you can get your reward. There's an energy of a reward. And then number three has to do with, and I'm going to explain this, has to do with energy of waiting on God. Now, I'm going to say this. Do you know the amount of women that I've worked with over time where they just waiting on God, and we're told to be disciplined and to wait on God and wait on God and wait on God. And then they come to me crying, or they come to other coaches crying because they felt like their love life should have worked. They wanted to have babies, and then they feel like they're in a rush. They're 40 something and they cannot have babies, and it didn't work. And why didn't it work? And I know that what I'm saying is actually quite sensitive, but I need you to hear me, because I'm on the other side of this. And I see this a lot consistently. Women that waited, just had the belief system of waited. And this is the thing, this is not on God. God is trying to help us. We have to really see our innocence here, because the only way that we can heal is through seeing our innocence, rather than shaming ourselves, being negative towards ourselves, hating on ourselves, or wronging ourselves. That's not going to heal. That's not going to move the needle forward. So I'm saying I see this consistently, and women start to build up this anger within themselves and towards God, and animosity. I'm hearing it's not just sometimes anger, but animosity, or like a lack of trust. And it's like, I waited, and then it becomes this thing like God must not have favored me. Okay, so you go into this energy where there's this expectation, once again, going to the discipline reward, like God favoring some people and God not favoring other people. God favors you. If you have a desire for love, please don't ever take the belief system that God doesn't want you to have it. This is why on my previous video, I was saying 4 prayers that will help you manifest your desires with the help of God. I was addressing the things that we need to ask for, and the link is going to be below. And one of them is awareness. If things are not lining up for you, ask God for deeper awareness, more or expanded awareness of what you need to do. Okay, what is the work that you need to do? Because we have this angle of if I'm disciplined, God is going to favor me. I'm going to get a reward, and I'm going to mention all the elephants in the room. There's a sinner favoring me, but not this other person. There's a woman or a vision, a woman that's stuck just being in this energy of, but why is God favoring her and not me? me and waiting on the favor of God. Okay, waiting is not enough. I need you to understand me. And one of the things that it would be really good to clear, and that we're clearing on in trusting Heaven, is this energy of waiting on God, and there's some animosity, resentment, fears around it. So like I said, it might not have been your belief systems, but it could have been your parents. So I want to bring this up because waiting is not enough. The other message that I got to share with you that I really, like, the angels really mentioned for me to share with you is, a lot of you say that you believe in a reward, but you don't really believe in a reward. And so this is what's going to open up that flow for you and your feminine energy, because you got to really believe in the reward, right? But if your parents did not believe in the reward, they had a belief system that good things don't always happen to good people, for example, that can hinder you or question. So this is an invitation to clear up, release any unconscious limiting belief systems or negative belief systems that you have about God not showing up for you, or God, not being there for you, or being disappointed. I've helped women over time. Recently talking with clients that are telling me that are very happy. I recently spoke with a client. She's very happy in a relationship, and what I remember when I first started working with her is that she basically felt like God didn't support her, because she felt like God, like she saw in a dream that God told her like in a couple years, and the years passed and it wasn't happening. And so here's the thing, it didn't happen. The years passed by, and I was like, okay, but wait a minute. Did you also ask for what were the steps that you needed to do? Always ask that. Be very vigilant and be willing to learn and be willing to be open, because it's your openness. And sometimes we resent what we have to do because we feel like we're being told that we're not doing enough. But that's not a you thing. That's not a God thing. That's a you thing. You're like conflating how your parents treated you and how they, abused you, in the sense that they made you always feel like you were not doing enough and you were never good enough for them. And that unresolved feeling and emotion of you not being good enough for them, you're projecting it out there. So you cannot receive of more things that you can do, because you feel so tired because you're always trying to prove yourself to somebody who doesn't see you. So that's the kind of energy that we're going to be working on trusting Heaven. It's a 3-day clearing event where we're going to be releasing unconscious limiting belief systems about God showing up for you, and we're going to program in the positive so that you can really see amazing results. And I'm going to leave it up for one more day. The bonus on God showing up for you financially too, and God providing for you, one more day today, and then it's done for. And if you're interested, please let me know in the comment section. I hope that this connects. And I'm feeling really good about doing this video. At first I was like, God, whew, but I'm gonna say what I'm getting. It's from years of expertise. And one of the things that I can leave you with this here is do your work, okay? Don't be in an energy of waiting. Wait when you're clear that you're doing the work, and always ask for more vision. Always ask for more awareness of what you need to do. It's a lot easier to do the work on sexual, like this, and how to be sexy. But we don't want to do the work around that. We got to believe and trust. We got to walk our talk that we live in a really loving universe, that God loves us, all right? And we receive plenty. So I'm sending you much love, and I hope this video connects with you. And please comment. More comments, the better. Likes, shares, all of that is great. And it's a really small investment. If you also want to work with me privately, the link is going to be below so that we can set up a call and connect as well. I'm sending you much love, lovely. Take care.